This is Season 4 of Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
This week on the show, useless animal information. And we go down the garden path with useless plant information.
Plus, I will have another entry from our mailbag and your favorite news from around the world.
Totally useless information. It's everything you never needed to know.
Welcome to episode number 17. Here we go.
Animals, crazy animals.
For those of you useless information historians, that was the very first jingle we ever produced. Actually, Roy wrote it and produced it. I just played it.
Literally on an iPhone.
You animal.
Parrots, according to, I say parrots.
Parrots.
Parrots, according to the publication of Current Biology, I get it, I read it, it's great, will do voluntary acts of kindness for other parrots. It seems they do selfless things like get food or help another parrot build shelter, even if they don't know the parrot. It's very rare in the animal kingdom for animals to do selfless acts for other animals of their own species. So we do it. Parrots definitely do it. It's kind of inbred into them that they'll help a parrot that they don't even know. So we can learn from parrots.
That's amazing. And, because parrots usually mimic other parrots, that act of kindness will get infectious and go around the world like
Maybe that's why they do it, because one parrot saw the other parrot, and the parrot said, hello, and he said, hello.
It's interesting how they have, English accents.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. All right.
No, actually, you're wrong. They mimic the sounds they hear. So they will have the accent of the person that teaches them.
Nice.
I knew a girl that had a minor bird, which is very similar to a parrot as far as their learning ability to speak. But this parrot would hear the door rolling, the sliding door kept rolling every day where the parrot was like that.
Yeah.
And that friggin' parrot made that noise.
Wow. Give that Polly a cracker.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to give you a little bit of bowl.
Bull?
Okay. It's a testicle warmer for bulls. It was a hot product.
Oh, yeah. I got one of those.
Do you? Yeah.
Oh, a Hot Pocket.
It was a hot product. No, it's not one of those Hot Pockets that you like with cheesy goodness. It was a hot product in the 1990s in the prairies here in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Shortly thereafter, the product called the oyster oven.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. It was recalled because the bull's scrotum got too hot.
Oh, yeah. You don't want it too hot.
No. The polyfleece satchel was attached to the bull's scrotum with Velcro. Protected the bull from wind chill and frostbite. Veterinarians were concerned because the bull's testicles would get too warm and it will cause sterility.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we call that long johns.
Yeah.
I threw my long johns away a long time ago when I moved to Florida.
Now, I'm glad you bring that up because, someone asked in an upcoming mailbag where did long johns come from? And because we do fashion here on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy, in a future episode, you will find out where long johns came from.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Down, what we call a ball warmer? Florida.
What they used Velcro. I would imagine what the bull was thinking when they tried to rip the Velcro apart, that ripping sound. They're like, what the heck's going on down there?
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
There you go.
Yeah. You guys having a ball?
No,
in the past episodes, we said that prairie dogs kiss. I think you brought that one up, that prairie dogs, when they meet, they kiss each other.
Yes.
Very similar to humans. And of course, because we stay on top of everything that we say, yeah, right. But I learned from reading something that is not true. So I have to give you guys the scoop. It seems as though prairie dogs are kissing because when they do meet, they seem to put mouth to mouth as though they're kissing, but they're not. they're actually touching teeth. And I think that scientists think that they're measuring the size of the tooth by touching teeth. And of course, the one with the older teeth is the older prairie dog, and I guess gets more respect. By age and size, I think they realize by their touching teeth. So they are literally touching teeth, not kissing.
You believe what you want. When I look at prairie dogs, in my mind, they're kissing, all right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, when I met Heidi Klum, I was like, let's measure teeth.
Yeah, but that's not where the unfortunate part, that's not where her teeth are.
Yeah, and she said, hey, that's not a measuring tape.
Now, one might ask, because, you're walking down the street and you see a snake, you go, is that a venomous snake or not? Well, let's find out. One way to find out if a snake is venomous or not is to look at its underbelly. If there is a single row of scales leading to the anal plate, the snake is venomous.
Okay, now this is where Nick gets me. Okay,
yeah.
So I see the snake, right?
Yeah,
and I go, okay, don't get nervous, folks. I'm going to check its scales going close to its anal plate.
Right, yes.
No, yeah. I'm going to kill it. I'm going to hit it with a rock. I'm going to run and scream like a
banshee.
No, I mean, who's going to check the anal gland? I'm going to say, excuse me, could you stop coiling up and roll over so I could take a good look at your anal gland?
Anal plate.
Who knows what kind of snake it is? 70 to 95% of humans are right-handed except for Nick.
What? Except what? That I'm not human?
You're a lefty, right?
That's correct. Right.
Okay, so Nick's a lefty. My wife is a lefty. 70 to 95% of humans, though, are right-handed, which means something, but go ahead. You fill in the blanks.
Well, okay. Now, because left-handed people are apparently more intelligent, and your wife did marry you, so there's some sort of intelligence there.
There you go.
There you have it.
Well, there you go. Now I believe you.
Now, the right side of the brain, the studies have shown that the right side of one's brain controls the left side of the body, and the left side of the brain controls the right side of the body, meaning lefties are in their right mind. Thank you.
Okay. Having said that,
yeah.
Okay, everyone wake up. Well, we'll get ready for this one. Some 98% of dolphins are right-handed or right-finned, whichever you want to say.
Okay.
98% are right-finned. Almost all dolphins will turn over to the left so that they can see the floor of the ocean with their right side better, so that they can get a better view of it, and they'll have better vision and better capabilities of turning using their right side. So they know that they are right-sided. 98%, more than humans.
That's amazing. That's pretty cool. I love that one. That's the one that people are going to remember, right? We always recommend you listen, laugh, and learn here on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. We always recommend you have a writing implement with you.
And then they can also write this down, nickandroy.com.
That's
right.
nickandroy.com.
They can leave us a message, but go ahead.
If you keep a red goldfish in a room without light for quite a long time, it will turn white naturally. A red goldfish in a room without light for a long time will turn the goldfish white. Also, you should know, please be careful. They say do not overfeed your fish. Here's why. Dry fish food can make your favorite goldfish constipated.
Oh, you wouldn't want that.
No.
A man named Pan Kang is raising pigs. These pigs are strange. They weigh 1,100 pounds on average. That's about the size of a polar bear.
Wow.
If you think about how big this pig is. The pigs can sell for 10,000 yuan, or about $1,500. That's 3 times the average monthly income in the province, the Ganzi province. He hasn't named them, so I will. We can call them fat pigs.
Okay.
Or his name is Pan Kong, so why not call them Pig King Kong?
Whatever you want.
Pan Kong.
Yeah.
Pig Kong.
You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy.
Down the garden path with Nick and Roy.
One of our newest topics here, as
marijuana is legal in Canada.
Yeah, it is. It is.
You heard that, right?
Yeah. What? What's wrong with what she said?
I noticed the 5-leafed object.
Come on, she's so close to nature, it hurts.
Yes.
So the U.S. interstate system is 46,876 miles long. And you're thinking, wait a minute, are we talking about cars? That's not till another episode. That's the next episode, actually. We'll talk about cars. But no, but this has a lot to do with plants. The U.S. interstate system in the United States is 46,876 miles long. The amount of oxygen released by the trees and the grass planted along all of the interstate highways is enough to support 22 million people.
Oh, cool. See, folks, this is what I'm talking about. Where are you going to learn this type of stuff?
Nowhere.
Not Fox News, I'll tell you that.
We just did animals.
70,000 plant species are used for medical purposes. 70,000 plant species, including the use in modern medicine. So we think modern medicine, plant medicine is so hokey. No, most of our modern medicine is derived from those 70,000 plants. And that's a striking number. Okay, because really just think about that, 70,000 plants. And when I get to my next one, it's going to make even more sense, but go ahead.
My next fact here on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy, we're talking about plants and trees. Bamboo. We'll call bamboo Speedy Gonzales. It is the fastest growing woody plant in the world.
I used to roll my joints with bamboo.
Well, this is how fast you can roll them.
Speaking of plants.
Yes, it's a different kind of plant, legal up here in Canada. I'm in Toronto, Canada. Roy's in Florida. Bamboo is the fastest growing woody plant in the world. It can grow 35 inches in a single day.
35 inches.
That's right. It's just shy of 6 feet.
3 feet.
3 feet?
36 inches is 3 feet.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's about a yard. It's the Canadian exchange.
And not only that, folks, he's a liar.
No, I was educated in the New York City public school system. Can you not tell?
That's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
3 feet in a day.
That's right.
Wow.
That's
no
how
wonder
fast.
bamboo is cheap.
That's right. Yes.
Wow, that's cool. And it's so cool. It's an amazing wood. Well, out of tens of thousands of plants, we just said they use 70,000 plants just for medicinal purposes. Out of those tens of thousands of plants, how many plants do you think that we consume?
Out of the 70,000, let's once again check with our studio audience. This show is recorded, by the way, in front of a live studio audience. They're not here yet, but it will be. What do they say?
It's a hamster.
Yeah.
And a pig named King Kong Pig.
That's right. With prairie balls.
But we, as humans, our plant-based diet comes from just 30 plants.
I was going to say 1,200. That was a guess. See, sir, in the studio audience, no, you're wrong, okay?
Yeah, the gerbils running around the wheel. Okay, listen. Now,
30
think
plants.
about that. How
Okay.
many plants can you name that you eat? You eat corn, you eat carrots, wheat, but once you get past like 15 or 20, you're like, okay, onions, cantaloupe, watermelon,
Yeah.
really 30 is the number. 30 is basically our plant-based diet. I'm sure people eat other stuff.
That's cool. Tulips in the 1600s were more valuable than most people's homes and costs 10 times what an average working class man earned in a single year. So valuable tulips were in the 1600s, okay? Holland, of course, we know, is the country of tulips. At one point in Holland's history, tulips were the fourth biggest export behind cheese, gin, and herring. Tulips have been cultivated in every color except for classic blue. You really don't see any blue tulips. Now, some might argue you do see blue tulips, but they're more of a purplish tint. But an actual classic blue tulip you will not find anywhere in the world. You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick.
Hey, how's about this one, Nick?
Yeah, okay.
The first, what were you saying? We're listening to what?
You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy. And the first certified botanical garden, get ready, folks, because this is one of those, write one down. The first botanical gardens was founded by Pope Nicholas III. It was built in Vatican City in the year 1278 AD. Wow.
Cool name.
It wasn't just certified, it was blessed. The Pope blessed the land and the fruit and garden that would bear on that land. It's amazing. And I believe it's still, there is still part of the garden in the Vatican. First botanical gardens.
What did you say? It was registered? It was certified?
Certified.
Yeah.
Certified.
Speaking of certified and certifiable, you're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy.
You know, people, we love our caffeine, right? Don't you love coffee in the morning?
Love it.
You Tim Hortons freak?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Nick just likes Tim Hortons.
Yes.
But did you know that caffeine is in the coffee plant and it's actually there as a natural pesticide against bugs?
Oh.
Bugs do not want to eat the coffee plant because of the caffeine. Plus, in Colombia, the bugs are really annoying because they're like, we got to go, we got to run, we got to do this, we got to do that. They're all hopped up on caffeine.
Yeah.
No, but that caffeine is inside the coffee plant as a natural pesticide, and yet we drink it and love it. So there you go.
There you have it. Now, you're still listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy, and you can go to our website, nickandroy.com, and send us an email like these people did.
What's in the mailbag? What's in the mail?
Once again, nickandroy.com, click on Contact Us, send us an email, ask us a question like Fran Harrison did. She's from Briarcliff Manor in New York. It's in Westchester County.
Oh, yeah, I know where that is.
Dear Nick and Roy, we are so thrilled that we have found your show. I was looking for a podcast that my teenage kids could listen to. A lot were not suitable for their age group. Your show, however, is. I like the way that you present the facts and also read these emails. I also like the way you present the facts in a way that most people can understand. Plus, you guys are hilarious. And I love your slogan, listen, laugh, and learn. Well, thank you. Here's my question. We love to play checkers. Where did the game of checkers come from? Well, Fran Harrison, thank you very much. The board game checkers can be traced to the very cradle of civilization, where vestiges of the earliest form of the game were unearthed in an archaeological dig near what's now called Iraq. It was a slightly different board, and it was carbon dated back to 3000 BC.
It was a slightly different board. If you jumped a pawn, you got blown up.
That's right.
Hey, that's the Middle East, you know. Now that we insulted the entire
That's
Middle
right.
East.
There you go. This Egyptian version was so popular that man played it for thousands of years. So there you go, Fran.
Wait a second. Egyptian would be African.
Right. So it moved around from, actually, it was southern Mesopotamia, which became Iraq.
Right. And then to Africa.
And then it went to Egypt. So the board game of checkers changed iterations as it went along, but it also was really popular all around the world. So there you go,
Egyptians, the Egyptians probably, they probably made it what it is because they were very big on rules and,
Yeah, exactly.
The Iraqis, they probably were like, no, you cannot jump now. Jump yesterday. Today, no jump.
So once again, thanks to Fran and everyone else who sent us an email. Go to nickandroy.com.
What's in the mail?
And now for something completely useless.
Yep. When it comes to useless, they come to me. We go to the store or supermarket and we ring everything up with a barcode, correct?
Yes.
And right now, barcode is just like a thing that we all know about. Yeah. Back then, when we were younger, it was weird. Remember when there was no barcode, all you'd hear is like, price check on counter 3.
Yes.
What was the first item to have a barcode on it?
I've heard this before, and I can't remember it now. But yeah, with the very first item, was it in Chicago somewhere? Was it in Chicago? No?
No, I'll let you chew it over a little bit.
Oh, chewing gum. Wrigley's chewing gum.
Spearmint gum.
There you go.
Wrigley's spearmint gum was the first item to ever have a barcode on it. And you would think that they would have put it on like a bigger box, but they picked like the smallest item to put it on.
Beep. Beep.
It's the way of the world.
That's right. Exactly.
So chew on that for a while. That's a totally useless fact.
Thank you very much. So today on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy, we talked about animals and we went down the garden path. It's time for the news.
And now, from around the corner and around the world, this is TUI News.
Today's news item comes to us from the Trumbull County Sheriff's Department in Ohio. They came across two Amish men operating a horse and buggy while drinking a 12-pack of Michelob Ultra.
Really?
And blasting music from a stereo on a routine traffic stop.
Wow. So that would be a DUH B R.
DUHBR, what is that?
It would be driving while horseback riding.
Yeah, maybe you should take a breathalyzer test. Deputy Eric Hermsdorfer.
He's like, leave me alone. I gotta go home and make some fireplaces.
That's right. And furniture. He encountered the site when, according to WKBN News, signaled that the two men of faith pull over before 1 o'clock in the morning. So these derelicts are out not only drinking and blasting music, but 1 o'clock in the morning. Now,
what was the horse doing out at that time? Go ahead.
When Deputy Hermsdorfer requested they stop their buggy.
What was his name? Hermsdorfer?
Eric Hermsdorfer.
Oh.
The unidentified men leapt off and ran into the woods.
And left the horse.
That's right. And above mentioned,
the residue of the Michelob.
That's right. And the horse, by the way, speaking of the horse, continued to trot down the road until the police stopped it.
No,
there you
runaway
go.
Horse.
That's right. Not a runaway train, but a runaway horse.
This is why they invented ABS brakes. But go ahead.
Trumbull County. It's funny you should say that because in our next episode we're talking about inventions. We're talking about ABS brakes. Boy, you're a fortune teller.
I don't care about that. What happened to the horse?
So hold on.
Schaffensberger jump on? And
no, it's Hermsdorfer. According to the sheriff's office, there were open bottles of alcohol in addition to the 12-pack of Michelob Ultra.
Oh, these guys were hammered.
They were. Nobody has come forward to claim their belongings, including the horse and buggy.
Wait a minute. So
yes.
Now they have the horse, they have the buggy.
Right.
The guys got away.
Yes.
And they confiscate the horse and buggy.
That's correct.
Could you imagine going down to like the police evidence room and there's like a horse in there?
And a buggy? How old is this evidence, horse and buggy?
Could you go to the auction and be like, yeah, we got ourselves a really nice horse and buggy. Do I hear $10?
And sold to the man in blue and a case of Michelob Ultra.
Sold to the man with the black suit and black hat on with the Michelob bottle.
You would think that this news story was sponsored by Michelob Ultra. They mentioned it 4 times in here.
Wait a second. So Horschenberger,
Hermsdorfer.
Didn't he chase? I picture him being one of those big, fat Ohio police.
Right. Yes.
So these Amish guys, they're usually pretty lean because they eat pretty well, you know?
They do.
So Hassenpfeffer probably ran after them. Made it about 200 feet before he collapsed and had a coroner.
Now, you must know that the Amish community as a whole does not forbid its members from drinking alcohol, but many of their sects do.
I love the police department, and I'm all about the police department, but I say defund Horschendorfer.
And, of course, drinking and driving is just as illegal on horseback as it is in a car.
Yes, you don't want to do that, folks.
No.
I'm telling you right now, don't do it. I've tried it. I've tried driving the horse, and it looked a little weird on the Florida interstate.
It did. Especially because it had prairie oyster ovens. That's
Yes,
all.
Exactly. I was driving down the road with my legs spread really wide apart.
The hot balls.
And the horse just looked at me. He was like, you got some pair.
That's all the time we have for this episode of Totally Useless Information.
Come on, let's
No,
talk
well done. No, hey, listen, we will scour the internet far and wide to find more useless information for you guys for next time.
So in the meantime, you guys got to wait till next week to hear a show again, which is kind of cool because we'll have another one. So tell your friends about the trend. Go to nickandroy.com and leave us an email and you can get on the show. And again, please, we are all over the place, 57 countries now. Please tell a friend about the trend.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy.
Thanks for listening.